Hey HailStalkers, we are officially 1 hour into the IRE and we have already given out some fun Hail Trace swag. Come by and talk to a rep about how we can take your 2025 storm season to the next level. We have chairs and couches set up right over here in theater style to watch the Twisters movie, which is playing right above my head. We also have these giant phones or tablets to show you how to get the most out of your app while you're door knocking or on the road. So make sure that you stop by to get any questions answered about the app. But we also have your forecasts today. So let's talk about that winter storm that's hitting Tennessee right now. It's heading towards the East Coast. So there will be snow and there will be an ice impact. Not only today, but also over the next few days. It's not going to warm up anytime soon. So let's go ahead and get into that forecast. Alrighty, let's get into your forecast today. As you can see, we've got all of the chairs and couches and everything set up behind us for the IRE. So we would love for you guys to stop by if you're at the IRE today. But if you're not, I want to go ahead and get into your forecast. So let's take a look at your weather headlines today. Let me grab my graphics. Okay, so your weather headlines are going to start, of course, with that winter weather. We've seen winter weather across the U.S., not only in places like Oklahoma and Kansas, but we've also seen that winter weather out to Missouri and Arkansas. And it looks like my graphics are just speeding along right now and we're not getting those headlines. So let's see if we can try one more time. Ongoing winter storm, coldest air of the season, and the temperatures, will they ever warm up? Thankfully, we do see some warmer temperatures as we head into the end of February, so we'll be talking about that as well. Alrighty, head over to raising-hail-tour.com and get tickets for our Raising Hail Tour. That starts in Edmond earlier on this month. However, we are next headed to Denver, Omaha, and Orlando. We did the Denton and Chicago tour. They were great successes. So we are so glad that we got to be out there and meet everyone. Come out, meet us, and see Derek's 2025 hail forecast to really elevate your storm season. Okay, moving on to what we saw yesterday. Really just a lot of snow. So we saw that snow yesterday across Kansas, Oklahoma, Missouri, Arkansas, Nebraska. As I mentioned, it closed down most schools and businesses in places like Oklahoma and Tulsa. They got a lot of snow out there. But in terms of severe weather, we really didn't see anything impressive, okay? We saw maybe a few thunderstorms down to the south and east in like southern Texas. But other than that, we really didn't see anything impressive in terms of severe weather. Moving right along here, we do have some colder temperatures. Can you feel it outside, y'all? It's cold. We know that. It's going to stay cold not only today, but also tomorrow. And I apologize about the blurriness of our graphics right here. They don't look great from my end. Hopefully they look better on y'all's end. Current conditions right now, you can see that we've got high pressure setting in as that snow starts to move out to the east. So yes, we've got some clear skies over the plains today. Unfortunately, it's still going to be cold, pretty windy as well. Looking out to the east, you can see all of that rain that's going into Florida and Georgia and South Carolina, but then we've got snow that's coming into the Virginias, and that's going to cause a lot of issues for them. We've got cold weather advisories highlighted there in blue. We also have winter storm warnings and winter storm advisories highlighted there in purple. So that's definitely something that you need to be aware of, especially through the Virginias, through Kentucky, because I do think that that snow out there will get pretty bad later on this afternoon and into tomorrow. Okay. Here's your current snow depth. You can see that, we've already got snow on the ground in places like Kansas. That area that we kind of pointed out, like Joplin, Missouri, definitely got the most snow. And that's what we said would have to happen. Expecting models will be pretty accurate for this upcoming snow as well. So let's take a look at your future radar. You can see they've got snow shower across the East Coast today, and then maybe some non-severe thunderstorms farther down to the south. But look at that area that's highlighted in blue. We have these conversations all the time, right? That area that's highlighted between blue and pink, that's your issue with ice, right? That's your freezing rain. That's the area you really need to be watching out for, because that's the area that you're going to get that ice accumulation. I was actually talking to someone yesterday who said that they were prepared for an ice storm. They were sending extra crews out that way for an ice storm, because that's what they're expecting. That's what models are telling us, is that we're going to get some pretty good freezing rain and ice from this system. So let's talk about snowfall totals. We'll have on here Nashville. Nashville, it looks like you're just about done with your you've already gotten what you're going to get. No more is coming your way. Joplin, very similar. You got a lot of snow yesterday. Good news, you're not going to get any more. What about as we head throughout the rest of the week? What are we going to see as we head into tomorrow and Thursday? Well, it looks like we're going to stay pretty dry across the U.S., maybe some lingering snow showers up to the north and east, but other than that, it is pretty dry out there. And I'm trying to get my graphics to work. I'm really trying to work with the technology, y'all, and the technology is not wanting to work with me. But there we go. You can see the snow moving out to the east. It's gone, right? In Denver, you may get some light snow showers this weekend, but for the most part, it shouldn't be too impactful. Snow accumulations Thursday and Friday. No, we're not looking at it. But I do want to show you exactly what we're watching for in the Virginia edge, and that snowstorm, right? Norfolk to Raleigh, they're going to expect some pretty decent sized snowfall totals on top of the ice, right? You're not only getting snow, but you're also getting ice here. So that's something that you really have to be aware of. What are we talking about here? Actually, you know what? I want to go right down to the city. I think that I have Norfolk on here. So let me just pull up the grid that shows you. Let's talk ice first, and then we'll talk city specific here. How much snow are we getting in Norfolk? And I'm really trying with these graphics, y'all. Excuse me. Okay, they're highlighted in pink. Where are you going to get your ice? Right to the south of Raleigh, out to the east coast. So what is that? Is that Gum Neck? That's where you're going to see the most ice accumulation. I mean, that's a lot of ice. We're talking potentially a 3/10 of an inch of ice. That's whenever you start seeing those power lines go down. We start to see some really bad power outages. You don't want that in this cold. That's whenever you start to get those really big issues. And then whenever you do have emergencies, the emergency vehicles can't get to wherever they need to go because the road is so slippery with all of that ice. So I'm really thinking about y'all as we go into the next few days with this ice. This is going to be not a fun event for you at all. Okay, and I apologize for a little bit of the blurriness of the graphics, but we're going to move right along here. Let's see the rest of your forecast, and then we'll talk snow comparison here with all of your different models. Maybe if my graphics, they're thinking about it. They really are. We don't have great service here. We don't. Okay, taking a look at your future radar, you can see that that snow is moving out to the east, and we're going to take a wider view here. And we've got snow out on the west coast through the weekend. Again, maybe some light snow showers in Denver, but for the most part, this isn't going to impact the rest of the U.S. We get a little bit of a break. And we finally warm up on Saturday and Sunday. Woo, we finally get above 32. That is great news. Great news to see those temperatures go up. And I do have a temperature graphic that I'll show you here in just a few minutes. But I've been talking about Norfolk. I've been pointing them out. How much snow are we getting? Holy moly. The models have really done it. The NAM wants to bring 12 inches of snow to Norfolk, even the lower end models. I mean, the models that are going on the lower end of snowfall totals, like the Euro, is still bringing 6, 7, 8 inches of snow into Norfolk. You're going to get a lot of snow, and then right to the south, you're going to get that ice as well. And there's your snow and ice accumulation. You can see that highlighted there in pink. You can see the crossover. It really depends on where that line sets up, but this has been a very common model, a very common trend in models over the last few days that we have just continuously seeing the high snowfall totals and the highest ice totals in the East Coast in North Virginia. Now let's talk about your 5-day temperatures. I know everyone's wanting to see, when will it warm up? Will it warm up? Yes, it will. When are we finally getting above freezing? That will be on Saturday afternoon. You can see that as we finally see temperatures start to warm above freezing. We're not warming up too much, maybe in the low 40s, maybe in the upper 30s. Sunday looks even better than Saturday. So we're on the right trend. Long term, we are also seeing the right trend happen. We are going to see those temperatures have an above likelihood and a pretty good chance, pretty good probability to be above average as we get into the end of February, early March. So this is the end of February. Temperature outlook. Where we're likely to be the warmest, that will be mainly out to the west, but then extends the plains as well. And what about the rain, snow, any wet coming our way? Well, we're looking to be a little bit higher. So you can see anywhere from California all the way to Oklahoma City. We're not going to see this active wet weather pattern that we've been seeing over the past few days, where we've severe storm, and then right after that we get a snowstorm, and then a severe storm outbreak, another snowstorm. We're not going to see that or that continue as we head into the end of February. We just don't have the for that. So thanks for joining us today. We appreciate you guys hopping on. And I apologize again with the status of our graphics. They don't have the best clarity or resolution right now, and I'm not quite sure why that is. But we'll be back in studio whenever we finally can get back in the office. But the snow, it's a lot of people at home. But that means that you guys get to see the forecast from the IRE. So that's a lot of fun. Alrighty, thanks for joining us today. Make sure that you follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and if you're interested in a hail map, give us a call or head to hailtrace.com. All right, have a fantastic Wednesday, everyone. We'll see you back here, same time, same place tomorrow.